Hello everyone, I'm back here with part 3 of the Universal Postal Act. Title 3, Provisions Concerning Postal Correspondence. Chapter 1, General Provisions. Article 33. The term Articles of Correspondence applies to letters, single and replied paid postcards, commercial paper, prints, raised print for the blind, samples of merchandise, small packets, and phonopost articles. The service of small packets is limited to the countries which agree to execute in it their reciprocal relations in one direction only. Article 34. The postage rates for the transportation of articles of correspondence throughout the entire extent of the Union, including the delivery at the residence of the addresses, in countries where the delivery service may or may not be established, and the limits of weight and dimensions are fixed in accordance with the indications of the following table. And they have this graph here. I'll put the link in the description to this article. You can take a look at this graph here. The limits of weight and dimensions fixed by Section 1 do not apply to the correspondence relative to the Postal Service mentioned in Article 39, Section 1 hereafter. In relations with the administrations which have given their consent, each administration has the option of granting to newspapers and periodicals published in its country a reduction of 50% in the general rate for prints, while reserving the right to limit that reduction to newspapers and periodicals sent direct by the publishers of their representatives. There are excluded from reduction, regardless of the regularity of their publication, commercial prints such as catalogs, prospectuses, price lists, etc. Administrations may also, with the consent of the administrations of designation, grant the same reduction, irrespective of the senders, to books and pamphlets, sheet music, and maps, which do not contain any publicity or advertising other than appearing on the covers of fly leaves of these articles. In general matter, the administrations of origin, which have accepted in principle the reduction of 50%, the reserved right to fix for the articles contemplated in the first and second paragraphs above, a minimum charge which, while remaining within the limits of reduction of 50%, is not lower than the charge applicable to the same articles in their domestic service. Articles other than registered letters and sealed envelopes may not contain coins, banknotes, paper money, or any values payable to the bearer, manufactured or unmanufactured, platinum, gold, and silver, precious stones, jewelry, or any other precious articles. The administrations of the country's origin and destination have the option of treating in accordance with their domestic legislation letters which contain documents having the charter of actual personal correspondence addressed to the persons other than the addressee or persons residing within that letter. With the exceptions provided for the regulations, commercial papers, prints for the use of the blind, samples of merchandise, and small packets shall be made up in such a way to be able to be easily inspected, not bear any annotation, or contain document having the character of actual personal correspondence. Cannot contain any postage stamp or form of prepayment, cancelled or uncancelled, or any paper representing a value. Packages of samples of merchandise may not contain any article having a sellable value. The service of phonopost articles is limited to the countries which have agreed to exchange such articles, either in their reciprocal relations or in one direction only. The provisions applicable to letters are likewise applicable to phonopost articles in regard to everything not expressly prescribed for the later class of articles. The inclusion of a single package of articles of correspondence of different classes, grouped articles, is authorized under the conditions fixed by the regulations, with the exceptions provided by the Convention and its regulations. Articles which do not fulfill the conditions prescribed by the present article and the corresponding articles of regulations are not forwarded. Articles which have been wrongly accepted shall be returned to the country of origin. However, the administration of designation is authorized to deliver them to the addresses. In such a case, it applies to them, if need be, the rates and surcharges prescribed for the class of correspondence in which have been placed because of their contents, weight, or dimensions. As for articles exceeding the maximum weight limits fixed by Section 1, they may be rated in accordance with their actual weight. Article 35. Prepayment. As a general rule, all the articles designated in Article 33 must be fully prepaid by the sender. Articles other than letters and single postcards, which are unprepaid or insufficiently prepaid, or reply postcards, both halves of which are not fully prepaid at the time of mailing, are not dispatched. Article 36. With the exceptions provided by Article 54, Section 5 for registered articles, and by Article 147, Sections 3, 4, and 5 of the Regulations for certain classes of redirected articles, letters, and single postcards not prepaid or insufficiently prepaid are liable to a charge equal to double that amount of the missing postage to be paid by the addressee, but that charge may not be lower than 5 centimes. The same treatment may be applied in the cases above contemplated to other articles of correspondence which have been improperly dispatched to the country of destination. Article 37. Surcharges. There may be collected, in addition to the rates fixed by Article 34, for every article transported by extraordinary services involving special expenses, a surcharge proportionate to these expenses. When the rate of prepayment of the single postcard includes a surcharge authorized by the preceding paragraph, the same rate is applicable to each half of the rely paid postcard. Article 38. Special charges. The administrations are authorized to charge late fees in accordance with the provisions of their own legislation for articles posting their services for dispatch after the mails have been closed. Articles addressed to general delivery may be subjected by the administration of the countries of destination to such special charge as may be prescribed by their legislation for articles of the same kind in domestic service. Administration of the countries of destination are authorized to levy a special charge of 40 centimes at most for each small packet delivered to the addressee. That charge may be increased by 20 centimes at most in case of delivery at the addressee's residence. Article 39. Durable articles. Small packets and prints liable to customs duty are admitted. The same applies to letters and samples of merchandise containing durable articles when the country of destination has been given its consent. Shipments of serums, vaccines, benefiting from the exception stipulated by Article 123 of the Regulations are admitted in all cases. Article 40. Customs inspection. The administration of the country of destination is authorized to submit the articles mentioned in Article 39 to customs inspection as necessary to open them officially. Article 41. Customs clearance fee. Articles submitted to customs inspection of the country of destination may be charged on that account by the Postal Service, with the customs clearance a fee of 40 centimes at most per article. Article 42. Customs duties and other non-postal charges. The administrations are authorized to collect from the addressings of mail articles the custom duties of all other non-postal charges which may be due. Article 43. In relations between countries which have come to agreement that the effect, senders may, by means of a previous declaration of the Office of Mailing, assume payment of the whole of the postal and non-postal charges with which the articles are assessed on delivery. In such a case, senders must promise to pay such amount may be to claim by office of destination, and, if need be, to post sufficient surety. The administration of destination is authorized to collect a commission, a fee, which may not exceed 40 centimes per article. This fee is independent of the one provided by Article 41. Any administration has the right to limit this prepayment service to registered articles. Article 44. That administrations undertake to make representations to the interest service of their countries with a view of having the same customs duties and other non-postal charges annulled and on articles returned to the country of origin, destroyed because of complete deterioration of the contents, or forwarded to a third country. Article 45. Special delivery articles. Articles of correspondence are, at the request of the senders, delivered to the addresses by a special messenger immediately after their arrival. In countries to those administrations agreed to undertake that service under reciprocal relations. Such articles, known as special delivery articles, are liable, in addition to their regular postage, to a special fee amounting to at least the postage on an ordinary single-rate letter, and at most to 60 centimes. This fee must be fully prepaid. When the address's residence is situated outside the local delivery zone of the office of destination, delivery by special messenger may give rise to the collection of a supplementary charge, not exceeding that collected in the domestic service for the articles of the same kind. However, special delivery is not obligatory in such cases. Alright, I'm going to end it off here. I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.